Japanese women protest judicial system after rapist walks free.
Here's a summary of the article.
Hundreds of women in Tokyo protested two recent court rulings in which the judges recognized that rapes had occurred but allowed the perpetrators to walk because the victims could have offered more resistance. At a rally called Standing Demonstration Protesting Sexual Violence and Sexual Violence Court Rulings near Tokyo Station on April 11, the demonstrators expressed disgust with the rulings and held signs that read #MeToo, Yes means yes, and Give Judges an Education on Human Rights and Sex. The rulings in March by the Nagoya District Court and the Fukuoka District Court both found the suspects not guilty of quasi-forcible sexual intercourse. In the case before the Nagoya District Court's Okazaki branch, prosecutors argued that a daughter was incapable of resisting her father's rapes because of his long history of violence and sexual abuse. After describing the accused's acts of sexual abuse as utterly unacceptable, the court found him not guilty, saying the daughter was not in a state in which resisting her father was extremely difficult. Akira Katani, a lawyer who had long served as a criminal court judge, also criticized the district court's ruling. Yamamoto said the court's ruling also denied the victim's efforts to raise her voice after breaking free from being a prisoner of abuse.
This post received a score of 43,540, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Under Japanese criminal law, sexual offenders cannot be punished only for committing non-consensual sex.
Wait, what does that mean? Rape isn't a crime in Japan?
More or less, to convict someone of rape there has to be evidence of physical assault on the victim. Sexual assault alone isn't enough. Edit. This is based on the idea that someone resisting assault would be harmed in the process. If the victim was not subject to assault, but was sedated somehow, it's not a rape charge but quasi-forced intercourse. Otherwise, the victim must have consented. It's a twisted system where the onus is basically on the victim to fight, and lack of struggle is taken as consent.
What the non-consensual fuck?
Wait, that's... Oh, apparently it's not illegal.
Carry on, citizen.
This isn't the crime you are looking for.
You don't have to pay the court a fine.
Or serve your sentence.
Move along.
Considering the light sentence that the killers in the Junko Furuta case received, nothing surprises me about the Japanese legal system. One of the killers got 4 years for this.
What the actual fuck? This is one of the most evil things I've ever read, and he got 4 years. I cannot wrap my head around what a judge could be thinking of.
There were 4 killers. The guy who got 4 years was a juvenile but just barely. I think he was 17 and the adult age was 18. The supposed ringleader got 20 years. The other 2 guys got 10 and 7 years, I think. But these were really light sentences considering how horrific the crime was.
Holy fuck, that's insanely low. The ringleader only getting 20?
Yeah, they're out now living normal lives, unfortunately.
Not too sure, but I believe why the Yakuza get away with so many things is due to their presence in commercial industries. So essentially the same thing that happens in the US with celebrities and wealthy people. Edit, weather people.
All of the toy box killer accomplices are back out in the world as well, aside from Parker, who coincidentally died of a heart attack on his way to a meeting with prosecutors, and a guy named Yancey who was released in 2011 but violated his parole. Which is made more disturbing when you read the transcript of the introductory recording, which is filled with mentions of we, us, ECT. At least several former girlfriends and friends, associates are known to have been accomplices in the torture, raping, drugging, ECT of the victims, almost all of whom were never convicted of anything or have already been released. It's almost inconceivable that this shit isn't still happening.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.